another episode of This Square Room. My name is Jonel.
And I'm Deswayne.
You're still not used to it.
I'm not at all.
It's like you've waited for this moment your whole life and now you're shitting the bed, but okay. Last week, actually no, I'm sorry, today, before you came, because you noticed like I turned on the light, I like set things up before you came, which I normally don't.
But yeah, nice.
Right? Just have you come in and have things be ready. No, but I walk over to your side of the table and I was like turning on the light. I had the window was open, so I like closed it, whatever. And I looked and I found something.
What did you find?
Well, I saw something on the floor and I was like, oh, what is that? It looks like a packet of like ketchup.
Oh my God, you.
No. No, so I pick it up and it looks like this. And then I turn it over. What does that say?
Lube?
Is this not yours?
No. What the fuck is going on in this square room?
It's like a to-go packet of lube.
No, that is not mine.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't, first of all. Lube.
A sterile lubricating jelly intended for medical purposes to lubricate body orifices. Wait, whoa, what? I thought it was like sexual lube to facilitate entry of diagnostic or therapeutic services.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Des, are you okay?
You
gotta insert something.
You're stupid.
Anally?
I hate you.
You need a little help?
I hate you. That's not funny.
No, seriously, it was like right where your left foot would be.
Nope, not me.
So where the hell did this come from? It's probably left over from someone. I don't know. That's so random. But I was like, I thought it was like sexual lubes. I was like, really, Des?
Nope.
Come here dropping your lube? Like,
nope. I wish it was mine.
I didn't realize. I just saw the big, like, the words
lube. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't like look at it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put that there and I'm gonna expose Des.
Not me.
Oh, that's weird. Also, weird that it comes in like it literally looks like
a mayo package.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's so weird.
Lube. I only use lube when when I'm trying to make a mess. You know what I mean.
I actually don't.
No, you don't. Yeah, I forgot.
What does lube have to do with making more or less of a mess?
Because it's just so like, it's kind of sticky.
Well, no, it makes a mess, but like...
Yeah, if I'm trying to make a mess.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like...
Yeah, that's when I use lube and like baby oil.
Something else messier.
No.
Is baby oil like legit okay to use?
No, like I use it like, let me give you a massage.
Like on the body.
Yeah,
okay. I know people use coconut oil as a type of lube because it's supposed to be like natural. Okay, but I'm like, I don't know.
I use my saliva.
I don't know. I feel like that honestly doesn't like freak me out as much because I'm like, it's like natural. I guess coconut oil is natural too, but I feel like it would like mess up your pH as a woman. Coconut oil? I don't know. You never used it?
Nope.
Probably. I don't know. I know people do, so.
But I have in the past used lotion.
Just by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like during like...
Why would I put lotion in her vagina?
Well, that's what I was like, Des, you could be like sued. Okay, no. I mean, I guess you always hear like, especially what's that brand, Lubriderm, on the nightstand and like, which I guess is fine, but like lotion can still. What if it gets in your little pee hole? That would sting.
Let it burn.
Okay, Usher. No, but like everywhere else, I feel like who cares,
Yeah.
But I still think like a baby oil would be better and have more of like a lasting slip. Like lotion would eventually dry out unless you're able to rub one out in like 30 seconds to a minute. That lotion is gone and you have to keep reapplying.
God, tell me about it.
I feel like Vaseline would stay slippery a lot, but it's just like
it's so
a lot of cleanup.
Yeah,
a lot of cleanup.
Tried that too.
You've tried Vaseline?
Yeah, I just wanted to try things.
What have you tried?
Vaseline, lotion, lube, massage oil, like actual massage oil.
Why is your voice so deep today? Is that just you? Or
no, that's just me.
Am I Ew.
That's just me.
You're so happy. I'm like, did we mess with the mics?
No, I'm losing my voice.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm going through puberty.
Why are you grinning? You love the
I
like.
do. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I like when I'm sick and I get that like raspiness as well.
Ew.
Why? Why?
Like when you just wake up?
No, I don't sound like that when I don't sound cute when I just wake up.
You don't sound anything. What?
Yeah, I don't like to be woken up. No, but I mean like you're sick and you've lost your voice and you're in the process of getting it back. Like that raspy is really nice. I love people with raspy voices, especially women. I feel like it's cool on guys, but
do you
like
remember that kid at camp with the raspy voice? The little bad breed that got stuck in the slide, one of my kids.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, kids with raspy voices are cute too, but they're always like misbehaved. I shouldn't say always, but a lot of them are misbehaved. A lot
of them are. It was on the overnight, and I just remember all I could do was laugh because.
Well, of course I wouldn't remember. I wasn't at.
No, I know, but he was trying to do something, and one of the counselors told him not to, and all I hear is, "You can't tell me what to do." But it was so raspy and that. All I could do was laugh. It was just so funny to me because it sounded like the devil.
Yeah, I'm like, was he a demon?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes, he was.
Anyways, how have you been? How's your weekend?
I've been okay, but my weekend was good. It was really nice. My son had his basketball tournament. Well, not tournament, championships. His basketball championship this weekend in Niagara Falls, Canada.
Niagara Falls.
Canada
Falls.
It was nice because I really love IHOP. Like I love IHOP. Like,
oh yeah, we don't have IHOPs really in the GTA.
No, well they're making one, or they did make one in like Brampton or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Mississauga or somewhere weird.
We have a lot of Denny's in the city, but like IHOP, you have to go like out of the which is weird.
God, it was so good, so good.
I haven't had IHOP.
I only get chicken and waffles ever.
Oh, you don't actually go for like breakfast food. You don't want like. Well, they're the International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, I don't eat pancakes. I think like pancake people are like orange juice people. Like, why would you do that?
But the thing is, I like orange juice. Just because I'm an apple juice person, like I drink orange juice more.
You're still team apple juice.
I am, but I wouldn't drink the orange juice if I didn't like it. So like pancakes can be good,
but not better than waffles.
But waffles are easier. It's easier to fuck up waffles. So like I'll take a waffle over a pancake if it's a good waffle. Some waffles are just like. No, I'd rather take
all
like
pancakes are no. Flapjacks. Can I get some flapjacks? Like it's stupid.
Why are some of them called flapjacks?
Because that's what they look like. Like you have no soul.
It's a pancake.
Can't even stand on your own. Jesus.
No pancakes can. Waffles can't stand on their own on their side.
Exactly.
They can't.
Yes, they can.
There are those super fluffy, like jiggly, almost jello-y ones. Are they Korean waffles or are they pancakes?
They're probably pancakes if they're jiggling.
But they're like I've heard they're really good. There's like places in the city that make them. I just forget what they're called.
And IHOP is the only place I'll get chicken and waffles. I won't get it anywhere else.
Why? There's a couple good restaurants.
No, I hear that. Team IHOP.
Okay.
IHOP, you hop, we all hop for IHOP.
No.
Nope, I've been saying it all weekend. Every day I went to IHOP. Friday, Saturday, Sunday I tried to go, but they close at 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Loser.
That's what I said.
That means?
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I was screaming. I realized I'm sort of a bully.
Oh, is that why you're losing your voice?
Yeah, I'm screaming. When I say screaming, I'm dancing along the sidelines. Every time we score, I'm running back and forth like a madman.
Oh,
but like the whole gym was going crazy, but I had to be the crazier one. So at one point, like I'm cheering for our team, obviously, and then I guess this guy's brother or something, he hits a 3. And the guy looks me in my eye. He looked at me and did like the glasses thing, like with the 3 fingers out.
What does that mean?
Like that's just like he hit a 3. Like,
oh, okay. Why does that have to be over his eye? Why can't you just be like,
no,
like this?
Like, did you see that?
Or like this?
No,
people
Joe,
who
you're
do
so
this,
stupid.
People who do the thumb, index, and middle are serial killers. I don't trust them.
No, that makes sense.
No,
so
tell them
no,
what you did.
I don't know what I did.
First of all, that means I love you in sign language.
I know what it means, and this means fly away in sign language. Stupid.
And this means fuck you in sign language. Who calls like that?
That's fly away.
It's I love you from a distance.
Yeah, so he did that, and I'm like, oh, it's on now, bitch. So
wait, he did this while looking at you specifically?
Stared me in my eye.
How could you see that?
Because he was right beside me.
Oh.
Because like our team was on the left, like our bench was on the left, so the crowd is on the left. Their bench is on the right, so they sit in front of where their team's bench is. Well, diagonal, not in front of. Diagonal? Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, am I saying that right? Yeah. So he was on our side because he had just come into the gym and he was just watching the game from there. So I guess we were getting rowdy and I was losing it. So he was like, oh, I'm going to shut this guy up. So when his little brother or whatever hit the 3, he walked back to his side backwards, looking at me doing that. And I'm like, oh, this son. I laughed, but in my heart, I'm like, you son of a bitch. You don't know what you just started. So now I'm screaming. So the game's really close. So now I decide, fuck it. I go where he's standing on his side, right beside him. And I am losing it. When I say losing it, I'm being more dramatic than I need to be.
Well, I mean, realistically, it sounds like the whole time you were being more the whole time than you needed to be.
Yeah. Actually, from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And there's this kid that was guarding my son, and he's a big black kid. Mm-hmm. And listen to my laugh, ew. And I'm like, Kaden, he can't guard you. He's too small and he's slow. And like their bench, like their crowd looks at me, and I don't care. And like after Kaden scored, I'm like, yo, that kid's big still. he wasn't small, but I have to say something.
You have to hype up your son. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the whole team, I'm hype. He's not faster than you. He sucks. No, 0 sucks. I don't care. I don't care. Fire in my eyes.
What if there was a dad just like you talking shit? What's Katie's number? Well, don't say it. But like, what if they're like, oh, number 13 is shit? Is he actually 13?
No,
okay.
No.
Like if I got it right, that'd be so funny.
I would allow it. I wouldn't be mad.
No, it's not even that you're mad, but you're gonna be like, yo, this guy.
No, I would just need my son to show this guy that you're not shit.
And what if he didn't?
Then you're shit.
What if he just had a bad day and
shit.
it just
Then you're shit. This guy has all right to talk shit.
No.
He has all right to talk shit. So there's one kid, I'm like, he has no left. He can't, because the kid keeps fucking dribbling right, which means he obviously cannot go left. He's afraid to go left. So I'm screaming this at the top of my lungs. So after the game, I go up to the kid. I'm like, yo, you're nice still. And he starts laughing. I'm like, I'm sorry that I was yelling that you don't have a left, but I got to let them know. I'm like, you really need to work on that over this summer, If you develop a left, like, because after the game, like the kids that are on the opposing teams, if I think they're good, I really actually go talk to them. Like, for real. Because I know I'm yelling shit at the side, but I want them to know it's not personal. So they don't walk away like, yo, fuck that guy.
That's nice, but also I feel like when you first come up to them, they're probably like...
They look at me like, what the fuck does this guy want?
And then you kind of disarm them by being nice.
Even his coach kind of drifted over to see what I wanted to, because I was yelling shit.
Yeah.
And when the coach kind of just stood nearby, and when after I said it and I started walking away, like I dapped the kid and and I'm walking away, and the coach was like, thank you. Like, that was actually really nice of you. I'm like, yeah, man, he's nice. He just needs a left. When he gets a left, nobody can stop him. But yeah, I was going crazy this whole weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So here we are.
Why was, like, it was several teams. It wasn't just the two
teams. No. Every game I was going crazy.
No, I'm trying to figure out, like.
And my favorite team, they were there, but we weren't playing them.
Shouldn't your favorite...
Everyone thinks that. No. That's biased. Just because my son is on the team. That's not honesty.
My favorite basketball team is the team that my favorite player is on.
That's stupid.
My second favorite team would have been like the Raptors.
That doesn't make sense.
But like, I'm a Kobe fan, so the Lakers are my favorite team.
That doesn't make sense.
Why?
That's biased.
Yes.
You can have a favorite player and your favorite player not be on your favorite team.
If he got traded, I still would have loved the Lakers, because like I fell in love with it. Like, like as a kid, like you like this player, you follow the team. So you know, but like if he had gone to a different team, I would still like the Lakers, but like he's still my favorite. Like, I don't know, but I for sure started liking Lakers because
like
of Kobe.
I don't have a favorite team. but LeBron has been my favorite player. So wherever LeBron goes, I'm cheering for her.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
It's a point of contention between us because when you used to talk so much shit about the Lakers, and then when LeBron was to the Lakers, like, yeah, the
Laker Nation, gang, 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 gang.
And I was like, are you out of your...
Everybody, even at work, they're like, I don't want to hear it.
You've never heard that before?
I did, but I don't like that.
I know.
I was in Niagara and I didn't feel comfortable there because we went to, like, the game was in Welland, but we stayed in Niagara and I felt very awkward.
I don't know where Welland is.
I didn't know where it was either.
Let me Google it.
It's not. It's like Welland. 30 minutes away from Niagara Falls.
So why did you stay? I
don't know. That's what the coach did. So.
Oh, okay. Welland.
I'm not mad at it.
Oh, okay. I see. It's
because
like
IHOP was right there, so I'm not mad.
Welland.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a new experience for me. I should say that. Like, I've gone away for volleyball, for like a night or two, but I haven't gone with like my mom and my stepdad and like, you know, and like a family kind of thing. So as a player, you're just like, whatever. You're a kid. You're just going to go. But being there with all the families and stuff like that, I might have did a little with one or two parent.
You smoke weed with some of the dads?
Oh my God, don't say it out loud. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You smoked marijuana, cannabis?
Yes, because it is legal.
With other parents? It is. So that's why I'm like, why are you?
I don't know. It was scary.
You guys went to the game high? At least
No. It was like later on in the night.
Oh, you're like, put the kids to bed and come meet me in the lobby or whatever.
Well, we were all like chilling and stuff. Like all the kids. Oh, fuck. I was doing karaoke with the kids and everything. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They even put on like mine, Kaden, and Nursha song. Like the song we did. They put it on the speaker.
Did you guys?
No, Nursha's totally embarrassed, but I did. Kaden left the room completely.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. And he came back when it was done. And they're like, yo, this is Kaden? I'm like, he's sick. Yeah.
Oh,
but it was a good weekend. How was your weekend?
It was fine. I'm trying to think. Nothing really happened this weekend. Just working and, you know, trying to get walking as much as I can.
Did I tell you guys Kaden dyed his hair?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Okay. I didn't remember.
I don't think.
He looks so good.
I don't know if you told the podcast.
But I told you.
Yeah.
He looks so good.
And I said blonde, and you said yeah.
Oh, my snookums.
But you didn't show me any pictures. You have pictures?
Do I have pictures? Barely, because this kid is Deswayne's son.
Well, I mean, yeah, but since the hair, you gotta take a picture with it.
No, I literally only took the picture while he was doing the hair.
Okay. Why his face is like, don't
because
take a picture of me.
He was like me, and she's like, oh, do you want to see it? And he's like, no. She's like, you don't want to see your hair? And he's like, no, I'll look at it eventually. And I do the same thing too. Like when I go to the barber, my barber be like, all right, tell me what you think. I'm like, it's good.
When are you gonna let me dye your hair? That were
I told you whenever you're ready.
Color.
Whenever you're ready.
What color do you want to do? You did red before?
I've done red. I've done midnight blue. I've done blue. I've done.
Did you do green?
No, that's my mom's favorite color. I would never do that.
Okay.
Yeah, what color do you want to do?
I should do rainbow because Pride's coming up.
No, thank you.
You're wearing like a rainbow tie-dye shirt right now?
Yeah.
But it's like pastel. It's
because I was going to work and I knew it was going to get messed up.
Well, we'll figure out a color. If anyone listening has a suggestion as to what color I should dye his hair.
Don't say anything stupid, please. Because you guys will come up with colors I've never even heard of. Joe would be like, oh my God, it's a great idea. I'm going to surprise you.
No, I mean, you'd figure it out pretty early on.
Yeah, that's true.
But does that mean we would have to bleach your hair first?
It depends, because they have stuff now that you don't even have to bleach black people hair anymore.
It's not even about black people hair. It's about black hair. When your hair is dark, it depends on the color.
Oh, that's what I meant by black people hair. Sorry, I forgot white people can have dark hair too.
Oh my goodness.
Like when you said it, I was like, what was wrong with what I said? I was like, oh yeah, they're not all blondes.
It's not about the texture of your hair. It's about the color of your hair. They're not all blondes.
I forgot.
Like every white person is blonde.
Blue eye, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've just been trying to like, I'm trying to get better, recover from this broken ankle and yada, yada, yada. But like, it came to my attention. This is like weeks ago, but I was talking to someone about it this weekend, or just before the weekend, because they were laughing at the fact that I was like, you know, although I know in order to get better, I have to try to walk. And in order to walk, you got to put pressure on your foot and stuff like that. But like...
It just hurts so bad.
It's not even the pain. Like, the pain sucks. It's the fear of, like...
Mashing it up again?
Literally, I just feel like putting pressure on it, in my head, I imagine it just snapping. Just, like, you know what I mean? And I've since been told it's, like, a little mild case of PTSD. But, like... this person was like laughing and like, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, no. You don't understand how traumatizing it is when like 1 minute you're fine, the next minute this thing is happening and you're alone and you don't know how to like react and like just things are happening. And it's like, I don't know, but like I never, until I was told that it's like PTSD, why my body... You
never thought about it?
No, I was just like, I don't know, like I'm just scared, like I'm just nervous. But then it's just like, I legitimately like I see my foot snapping. Yeah. Like I see it snapping every time I think about it. Yeah. And like I don't know why. Well, I didn't know why. But then I was like, okay, but that's like an everyday thing. Like people break things all the time, or like people have like car accidents and stuff. And I'm like, it's so easy to like be traumatized and have PTSD. So I wanted to ask you, do you think you've ever had PTSD? I didn't finish the question.
Yeah. No, while you said it, that's why I knew what it was.
Knew?
Yeah. After I got into that car crash, I'm like, I'm never fucking driving again.
Oh yeah. You shared it on the podcast. Do you want to give like a brief recap in case people don't know?
So do you guys want to know the truth or what I said? Okay, we'll do both. So I'm on my way home from work.
What do you mean, Des? You always tell the truth.
And that was a lie. I'm on my way home from work and I work nights. So I was working from, I think it was a weekend and I was doing 12 hours. So I worked from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I dropped 2 friends home and then I was heading to my house, which was at the time about 45-minute drive from work.
I would say like 37.
Yeah, about right.
Yeah.
But because I dropped the friends home, so now we're pushing like an hour. So
you went out of your way to drop the people off.
Yeah. So I dropped them off. I'm almost home. There's train tracks. I pass the train tracks. I make the left. After I make the left, I make the right. And I like something fell because I like to pack my bag so that when the car stops, I get the fuck out the car. So I'm grabbing stuff. Something fell. I go pick it up. And like as I'm leaning to go pick it up, I'm kind of swerving the wheel to the right, but I didn't realize. So I'm going, and then I grab it. And as I look up, I'm about to slam into this car. So I quickly try and throw the wheel left. Obviously too late. Slam into the car. That car hits the next car. Both airbags go off. Window. I had to like, my pants were on fire, so I had to out my pants. Because the airbag is a bomb, essentially.
Wait, what? You never told me that.
Oh, it's not like a huge fire. It was just like it burnt a hole in my pants. So I had to like...
You were on fire?
You're so stupid.
No, I
That boy is on fire. Okay, sorry.
There's lots of other songs you could have done without having to change the lyrics.
Okay, but the truth is, everything was true up until the train tracks. So I'm passing the train tracks. I blinked. And I open my eyes and I'm now across the train track. And I'm like, when the fuck did I pass this train track? Okay, I'm almost home, whatever. I close my eyes. I blink. I open my eyes and I'm in the back of somebody else's car. I don't remember making those 2 turns.
The way you...
I don't remember anything except for passing the train track. So in my slumber, I made 2 turns to get to my house.
That's scary.
That's terrifying.
I don't like that.
Which is why I was so scared to drive after that. Because at any point I could fall asleep and die. And I was just like, for months, I'm like, I'm not driving. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Like, when you think about it, like driving, you're like, okay, whatever, hop in the car, blah, blah, blah. But like, they say like, you have a higher chance of like getting in a car accident than like a lot of other things. You know what I mean? Like even like people who are afraid to fly, like flying is safer than driving. Like back in the fall, I was driving back from a cottage. It was just me and my dog, and like I wanted to leave, before the sun went down because I wanted to leave earlier, but it's like, you're having fun and everyone's
stay.
Yeah, I was leaving a night earlier than everyone, and they're like, oh, just stay. And I'm like, I can't. So I just tried to like stretch it. But then, of course, when I left, the sun had already set. It was, by the time I left, it was like maybe 10 p.m.
Shit.
And it's a 2-hour drive, but like up in cottage country, there's no street lights. There's nothing for like at least a good hour until I get to the main streets. And I was like, I left obviously feeling a little tired, but like not like I'm gonna fall asleep. I was like, okay, I'm all right. But then you're on the road. I think I was listening to a podcast. I switched. I was listening to music.
Yeah, man.
But it's like I found myself taking, like you said, long blinks, and I'm like, no. Like I was like, fuck me. Like, I don't want to crash and kill my dog. And like,
my dog. Not me. My dog.
No, seriously. Or somebody else. But, like, there happens to not really be anyone around me. But, and, like, thank God, because one of these long blinks, I was in one lane. Or not a full lane over, but you know what I mean? Straddling the lane. Yeah. So I ended up, like, pulling over to one of those, like, rest stops and just, like, sleeping. Because, I felt comfortable.
Yeah, that makes
bright
sense.
Lights, whatever. Yeah. I think I slept for, like, an hour and a half or so, and then I'm like, okay,
all right, I'm good. Yeah.
Before I left, I walked around. I took my dog out on the grass, so I didn't just like hop up and drove. Like I walked around, and I still like, I mean, the first 30 minutes I was okay, but the last 30 minutes, like as I'm getting closer to home,
like fuck,
I'm on the 407 and I am
dead.
You ever like drive and you're like trying to all like the time force your eyes open and you're just like like if someone were to look at you, they'd be like, yo, this person's on crack because you look so crazy.
You don't even want to yawn. You're like, stop yawning. Oh my God.
Where was I going? It wasn't that long ago. I was going somewhere. I was driving because if any of you guys are wondering, I did not break my right ankle, so I can still drive if I can get to the car. But I was driving somewhere and there are these train tracks. And as I'm driving, I remember in my head thinking, oh, because like cars in front of me started to slow down, but it was still like, traffic was moving. And in my head, I think it would suck if like traffic stopped and I got stuck on the tracks and then like a train came and like very God. Like Final Destination.
No, that pops in my head all the time.
But then I cross over the tracks and I'm driving and I look in the rearview mirror and the lights are just flashing. The things are coming down. And a train was coming, and I was like, yo, like, literally 5 seconds after I passed.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I just had this thought that I don't know, because I'm like, what if there's a car in front of me, a car behind me, and I'm over the tracks. Hancock. Did it?
Yeah, and he had to, like, he came and he grabbed the car and threw it, and they got mad. He's like, I saved his life, though.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's just, I don't like to play around.
Yeah. So yeah, I still have PTSD. Like when I'm driving and I'm dozing off, I'm like, nope, not again, Satan. You will not get me this time.
No, that's one of the scariest.
So things. I just like, I'll call somebody and I'll talk to them because, at least I'm talking to somebody else. But if I listen to music or anything, I'm fucked.
Well, because at first I'm like, let me put on a podcast, one that I'm genuinely interested in, right? Wasn't good enough. I'm like, okay, we're blasting music, we're having a party. Not good enough. No, my body was like, man.
Let me wind down the window. Oh, this air is so nice.
It works for like 5 seconds.
And that's it.
And then your body's like, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nah, man. You know what else I think is a completely legitimate form of PTSD that people often overlook?
These bitches. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, you know what? I wasn't going to say that, but human beings traumatize other human beings in terms of like relationships.
Oh, for sure.
What I was gonna say was like generational pressure. I was watching a TikTok, was it last night or today? Recently. And I think she's Vietnamese. This woman is talking about the fact that she's recently disowned by her family because she lives in America. They live in Vietnam. But they sent her, I think I don't know exactly when she came up here. Probably like late 20s, early 30s. Like she's a grown woman, but she has been here, or in America at least, since like high school. I don't know exactly when. I don't know the situation. But like a long time. She went for school, high school, and then college, and now she's living
so like a decade
the
or so.
American dream. No longer, because she was at least 16, so she's over 26. I don't know if she's in her 30s, but like,
so she's been here long and she's not married. Oh God,
it's not even that. It's that they sent her little sister now to America to do to go to like college, university, whatever, and expects her to pay the tuition, her little sister's living expenses, all that stuff. And
you should be able to afford it.
It's not even that. It's like, and she expressed the fact that like her parents have said like, you are she's the oldest sibling. They're like, you are our retirement plan. We raised you. We made these sacrifices. You need to support your family, support your sister, support us. And also, you know, have a good job so we can brag about it. And like,
sounds about right.
You know, that sort of thing. And so what happened was, you know, she's paying all this, paying for her sister's lifestyle, but also her sister is like going out and partying and shopping and using her cards and like just has no regard for the money. Of course,
why would she?
And she said the last straw was when she like racks up a $500 shopping bill. It's like, you're a university student. Like, you can't live like that. Yeah. So she told her parents that she's cutting her off and they need to pay for her stuff or send her back home or do whatever. Like, she's basically just like, you know, this is on you.
You guys fucking talk to her. How about that?
But the fallout, well, no, she's had those conversations before, but then they kind of downplay it.
Yeah. And so now this is like the last straw.
And then the sister is just like, well, you know, I wanted
you
to
have
buy
to pay
these
for
shoes.
this, and I like that.
Yeah, so she drew the line, and then it was just like a whole bunch of fallout. You're a disgrace to the family. How could you do this? Da 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 da. And then even worse, because she made a TikTok about it, and it got back to her family. So now it's like, how dare you embarrass us publicly? And like, people were commenting like, are they mad that you made it public, or mad because they think that you're wrong in your decisions and like standing up for yourself? That's what she said. She's like, honestly, both. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, you could be understanding if they were mad that like it was public, but like, the fact that they don't understand, like, this is one human being. All she does is work. She went to school for, like, bioengineering or something like that. So she has a decent job, but, like, for her to take care of herself, be their retirement plan, and to take care of all of her other siblings, it's like she became, like, a parent. Like, it's just, you know, and that's the thing. A lot of people go through that, and it's not even just Asian cultures. I feel like, honestly, I think any culture that would be considered a minority goes through it.
100%.
And I mean, and people who would be considered Caucasian as well, but I think it's more common with minorities, especially if they are immigrants, because it's like, oh, you have to have a better life, but like, you still have to support all of us, and just because you're over there means that you have it great, and you know, you can't talk back to the family, you can't do this. And when you're like in high school, because she said she realized that like in her senior year, she actually got suspended because she wasn't doing work, and she wasn't handing in assignments, but she's always been smart, always been top of her class, but she just went through like this whole thing of like anxiety and depression. But of course, her family's not gonna like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
You're being dramatic.
And it's like the pressure of like, you know, being in high school and figuring out what you need to do and like determining the rest of your life.
See, that's one reason why I don't fault kids who stand up for themselves to their parents who look like they're rude and da 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 da.
I mean, depending on the situation, but yes, I get what you mean.
Because at the end of the day, like, you knew from time this is what your parents had in mind. So to them, you know what your job is. And now that you're grown, sucks. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't sign up for this. What the fuck you mean you didn't? You should have said that when you're 16. You would have stayed your ass in Vietnam and been broke over here. Yeah, that sucks. No, but it's like,
you don't even have a choice though. Your parents like, you're going to America, you are going to make something of yourself, and you are. And she even mentioned the fact that it's like her whole career path, and I mean, I'm sure she's happy with the career she has, but it's also like she chose it because she had to do something successful enough for her parents to brag to their friends. Of course, my child is a da da da.
But that's what it is over there.
It like, is. But
even when I had a roommate. He was Chinese, and like he was going to school to be like a doctor or something. And like when I asked him, he's like, "No, I don't want to be, but my parents want me to be."
Yeah,
like
it's always like doctor, engineer.
Yeah, something crazy that you have to go to school for forever, and not just a simple doctor. No. A fucking surgeon.
Well, I mean, like a dentist is a doctor, but they don't.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Good enough. That's not. Yeah, that doesn't count. I need you to be a brain fucking surgeon.
But the fact that like they start this like super young.
Yeah.
And like
they started actually.
You grow up thinking it's normal, but it's not, and it's not fair. And like the thing is, a lot of these young teenagers and young adults would help their family without being asked,
but not with that kind of pressure.
but it's like when it is like expected of you, and like the way they're just like, no, you need to fund the tuition, her lifestyle, her rent, everything.
She's your responsibility while she's up there.
What?
Yep. You heard me. Yeah.
I find that crazy, but it's also like it's not crazy because that's the reality for a lot of people.
Yeah. I worked at a boys and girls club, and there was like these. I think there were like 8 to 10, and a lot of them are Asian, whatever. And I'm talking to one of the kids, and he's telling me his schedule. They don't even have a TV in their house. Like everything is piano, dance, this, that, this, that. He's like, he does like when he doesn't have homework, he does like 3 hours of math, 3 hours of English, 3 hours of Chinese. And I'm just like, of Mandarin. And I'm just like, huh? Like fun doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because you don't deserve fun.
That's the thing. And like going through her TikTok, she's realizing she was like, honestly, for the longest time, when people would be like, oh, like, tell me about yourself or define yourself, she'd be like, well, I am a da-da-da-da-da and I work in this field and da-da-da-da. And she was like, someone confronted her with the fact of like, okay, but who are you?
Yeah, that's not you.
Aside from your job.
Yeah, that's
and
just
she
what
was
you
like,
do.
honestly, I don't know.
Of course she doesn't know.
Because that has become my whole identity.
Exactly.
Who I am, what I do, what I can offer, how I can represent my family. But it's not, it was never about her needs, her wants.
Nope.
And even something that like you and I can relate more to, which is Caribbean culture. I don't think it's as strict as a lot of Asian culture, but it's still like,
because we don't give a fuck.
No, but it's, I mean, in my experience, it's still very much so like you're expected to,
oh, for sure,
provide for your family. I think Caribbean culture, like they still want you to be doctor, lawyer, whatever, but it's like if that doesn't happen, they're okay with whatever job you have as long as
you're sending some back this way.
You're still paying and providing and whatever. They don't care if you're homeless as long as you manage to send them money, which is crazy.
My mom told them that's why I don't talk to them. Because they asked my mom and them have issues every now and again.
Yeah.
And then I guess one of them called my mom to say that their kid was sick or something and they needed to bring the kid to the doctor, but they don't have no money and this and that. And my mom is like, this is the exact reason Deswayne doesn't talk to you guys. Because you only know my number when you need something. You can't call and just see how I'm doing.
Family that is so smart. They're so smart. And instead of applying that, and like they don't have a job. Like I have a 50-year-old cousin. Well, he's my mom's cousin. So he's whatever. Like he's still my cousin. Like, he's my mom's cousin. And one of the last conversations I had with him, which was months ago, because I tried to avoid, is he was like, oh yeah, you know, he's like 50 or like just over, like 51, 52, whatever. And he was like, yeah, you know, I gotta find a wife and whatever. And in my head, I'm like, find a damn job. What do you mean find a wife? Who wants to marry that? All you do is call your cousin in Canada and ask for money.
A white lady.
No, he honestly, that's one thing he's not even trying to think.
Not even trying to find that.
He lives with his 70-odd-year-old mother, my mom's aunt. That's nice. No, and like literally bosses her. The poor lady is like aging, arthritis, this, knees popping, locking, dropping, and it's just like, I'm like, you are more capable than what you are allowing, but you just have it in your head. It's just like the culture, like the fact of like, if you have family that lives outside of your country, in this case, the country
need to help you.
Yeah, whether it's England, US, Canada, wherever they live, it's like, you have it better than me. It's like, no, the grass is not always greener.
Nope.
One thing my mom was trying to tell me was like, you know what, here, if, you know, at least there you can walk and if you see a fruit on a tree,
you can go pick that.
Here you cannot do that.
You have to buy everything.
Everything. My mom is like, even it's like, you want to plant a garden, even the dirt.
Yeah,
to plant
you gotta
it,
buy
you have
the dirt.
to buy here. And like, they just think, I don't know, it's so crazy. And like, when you are the one to withdraw from family or to set boundaries, you're the problem. You are ungrateful. You don't respect family. You don't whatever, right? Because you're trying to set boundaries. And like that was a whole conversation under this girl's TikTok or her various videos. And like people were like, you know, you got it, girl. Like it's hard, but you're breaking those generational curses.
And your sister will see it, your siblings will see it, and they'll They'll envy you. Though?
Because the thing is, when they're the younger ones, they're not getting it as bad as her. Maybe once they get older to working age, the parents are going to expect that of them as well. But as of right now, they're just like, my sister, because they grew up in that as well. Yeah. That mentality. They're
but
like,
now,
my sister's not helping.
They're going to hear it even more from the parents. Oh, your sister's this, your sister's that. So now the pressure is going to be on them to make up for what the sister did. And as they get older, they're going to be like, this is why she did it.
Yeah, but it's also like, it sucks for this woman because she's like, I love my family. I don't want to not speak to them. She's like, all I want is to have an open conversation about boundaries. And
that's what America did to you. Nope.
Right?
That's what America did to you. We should never have sent you there.
Seriously. Because it's such a deeply rooted cultural thing where it's like, you know, like, she can change her mindset, and maybe even one parent could be like, I kind of see what you're saying, but like when everyone around them, all of their surroundings, their peers, their culture, everything they see on TV,
because to them that's what made them survive.
That's the norm.
You see America on TV.
Break cultural. I don't want to call it a curse, but it's like
you see certain things on TV. So like, I sent you to America. You go to America. I expect this from you. If I'm not getting exactly what I expect, and I'm seeing all this ass shaking on TV and all this nonsense on TikTok from these Americans, this is what's influencing you to think that you don't need to provide for your family. You're fucked.
Well, one thing I've noticed with a lot of like, South Asian, East Asian, Caribbean, African culture is when you try to, as a child, try to talk to them about mental health. Oh, I have anxiety. I'm depressed. They're like, what? They're like, depressed? I'll show you. Like, it doesn't exist to them, which is completely crazy because sometimes when you hear the few times you hear like someone of an older generation talk about their childhood, they're describing things they went through, but they just suppressed it and moved forward because it wasn't a thing. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like they think that we're softer these days, but it's like, depression has always been a thing, whether you wanted to acknowledge it or not. It's always been a thing. So I don't know, man. I just found that crazy, and I'm like, well, that's a whole other type of PTSD that you get, and like, it's like the type that you can't escape from unless you draw lines with the people that you love the most and risk being, excommunicated.
Excommunicado. There's a lot of branches that this can go off to, because even if she has kids. And if she's like, you know what, I'm going to give you the freedom to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, to some extent. And her kids grow up to be ain't shit kids. Oh, God, she'll never hear the end of it. Never. And then that's going to make her feel like she did something wrong by not doing what her parents wanted her to do.
Yeah.
Life.
And that's the thing, I get what she's saying. She was like, my parents are just enforcing what they were taught. Like, I'm not mad at them because that's all they know.
Of course.
But it's still not okay.
Yeah.
It's a very fine line, because how do you tell someone the way you've been taught and the way our whole culture is not right? They're going to be like,
oh, I told my grandma.
No, but and they're gonna say, you don't know what you're talking about. It's what you see on TV. It's oh, kids these days are too sensitive. They're too this, too that. And it's like, no, that's not.
I stared my grandma in the face and I told her.
What was her response to you?
All she could do was smile, because we were talking about Kaden, and I was telling her, yeah, Kaden has a girlfriend. She's like, what? Kaden has a girlfriend? I thought he was just joking. I'm like, nah. And I was telling her, like, I talked to him and I talked to his girlfriend. You know, I've spoken to both of them about what it is to be in a relationship. You know, I talked to her about her problems with her mom, and you know, I talked to Kaden about sex and things like that, peer pressure, blah, blah. And she's smiling, sorry. And she's like sitting there smiling, and she's like, wow, what made you do that? I said, because nobody did that with me. Nobody seems to care that kids go through real problems and expect them to know the answers. I'm like, I don't know if this was because you raised mom or you had to, because my grandma, she took care of her mom. She didn't grow up with her mom. She grew up with her aunt until she was about 11, 12. And since she was 12, she didn't go back to school because her mom was sick and she had to take care of her mom. So all she knows is house stuff and mother. Yeah.
But in a very old school traditional
Exactly. Sense. Yeah. So my grandma's very like, you know, you're free to do what you want, but respectfully. And my mom is very like, my mom had nothing and I'm trying to build something, and you guys need to do something because I came here off of nothing, and and I'm very like, I don't give a fuck what you guys did in the past. That's your problem, not mine. Because if you didn't want kids, you shouldn't have had no fucking kids.
You can't live your life for your children. And I'm sure, like, you as a parent, like, you sit there and you're like, I want this for Kaden. I want that for Kaden. And, like, you have good intentions. But if it turns out that he's like, I don't want this, you're not going to be like, well, you have to because I want it. No he's going to look at you like, so then you do it.
Yeah, and like because he's my kid, he would look at me and literally say that. No.
I literally think he would say that to you.
Yeah, literally.
Verbatim.
Literally.
Like, I remember trying to talk to my mom about mental health. This is years ago. And trying to talk, I don't think I even used the word depression, but describing depression. And her response to me was, I'm bringing it upon myself. I'm creating problems.
You're doing it to yourself.
I'm creating problems in my head and making myself upset. And I was like, okay. Done.
This conversation's over.
Conversation done. And I love my mom. You know, we're very close. Yeah. She doesn't mean anything by it, but because to her, what is depression? I think now she's a little more open because again, this was years ago, but like that hurts so much when you're opening up about something that is real to you and someone is just, it's basically like when a kid is like, there's a monster under the bed, you're like, no, there's not, go to bed. Versus the parent who's like, okay, let me check for you. Okay, cool. No, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't need to, if they're completely delusional, that's different. But like what they feel is real and like acknowledge their feelings, you know? Well, I'm bringing it on myself. I'm creating my own problems in my head that don't actually exist.
Yeah, and I think they also just don't know how to talk. Even if they believe that you're creating it in your head, it's like, okay, did you handle it the best way possible? Have you tried this? Have you tried that?
And it's like, if that's really the case, that's probably something bigger, like schizophrenia.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, like
maybe we should really look into this then.
Yeah, like, okay.
And it's funny that you said exactly what Kaden would say because this is years ago. I'm like, Kaden, you are me. I want you to know that. Like, you are me. And he's like, no, I'm Kaden. I'm like, Kaden, whether you like it or not, everything you do is what I would do. You are me. And he's like, I'm Kaden.
Good.
And I stopped and I was like, you know what? You're right. Respectfully, you're Kaden.
And that's the thing. Obviously, everyone knows what you mean.
Yeah.
But like,
I like the fact that he can acknowledge that he has his own identity. And I like that.
And that's so important because a lot of people are just like, I have to be what my parents want me to be or what they, you know.
Even when people are like, Kaden, you're just like your dad. I'm like, don't do that. He is Kaden. He's not like me. He is him. Respect my son.
But when he does stuff just like you're like,
I'm like, yes, yes, that's my boy.
And that's the thing. I think every parent, you like to see your best qualities in your little mini me, but it's also like they're their own, you know.
And I love that it makes his mom jealous because we won't even talk.
Oh my god,
I love it.
You're ridiculous.
We just make eye contact and we just start laughing because we're thinking the same thing. That's my boy. I like that movie.
That's my boy.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's.
That sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever seen it though.
There's a lot of stuff you haven't seen.
Okay. I feel attacked. I'm trying to find something because I recently put. Okay, this is. Oh, sorry. Completely different topic.
No,
I have to
ahead.
preface
That's
because
fine.
if I start reading it, you're gonna be like, wait. Generational curses. What? I read this. It's just like a random like online question, but like you read it, you're like, okay, this guy has a genuine issue, but then as you keep reading it, you're like, So it's a guy who wrote into something, I don't know who he was writing into, and he says, my girlfriend never seems to wash before I give her oral. I've noticed that every time I go down on my girlfriend that she's a bit ripe. I haven't brought it up yet because I don't want to hurt her feelings, but this morning she was really smelly. I don't mind if she smells a bit funky. In fact, I like it. We were both really into it this morning though, so I kept going because she was enjoying it so much. I feel like because I've never mentioned it before, she must think I like it, ? But this morning was extra pungent and I'm sorry, when you describe it as pungent.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Particular word.
I'm thinking the dark green.
Yeah. Honestly, more than that. It's like
brown.
It's the green mixed with the light green mixed with the yellow.
Okay,
it's just
okay.
all pungent.
Yeah.
It's just like yeah, this morning was extra pungent. She has really big lips and I've always noticed she gets a bit gruely. What does that mean?
I don't know, maybe drooling.
No. Because when you think of something as like grueling, it's like difficult.
Gruesome.
No, but I don't know. Anyways, and she gets a bit gruely, but this morning was like stale piss and a bit like prawns. I felt like it was kind of gross, but I was mega turned on. I'm not sure what to do. Seems kind of gross, but I'm still turned on by her so massively and love giving her oral. I've asked her if she wanted to shower before we do it, but she prefers to shower and clean up after. It's a fair enough argument to me. She also says she gets aroused by her own scent, which I think is kind of hot, but I'm not sure if I feel dirty because I do it anyway.
Yeah, you're disgusting. What was the gruely sentence?
The whole sentence was, this morning was extra pungent. She has really big lips, and I've always noticed she gets a bit gruely, but this morning was like stale piss and a bit like prawns.
Gruely is like a deep, yeah, like it just means deep. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Deep what? You're reading a definition,
okay,
aren't
so one example is a deep, gruely voice. You're thinking of like, I'm thinking of like raspy, but it doesn't say raspy.
Okay, is there another like example, or what's the definition? You read an example.
I did read the example. Growl, resembling a growl, but it doesn't make sense to a smell.
No, I don't know. Whatever. I guess we can just kind of use context to understand what he means, but yeah, so I'm like, okay, at first it was like, okay, he has an issue. But then it's like, do you have an issue? Because it sounds like you like it.
You like it. And you're disgusted in yourself for liking it.
Yes. I think the problem is he disgusted that he likes it. And he's like, what's wrong with me?
Exactly.
Not what's wrong with her.
Exactly.
Also, girl, if you that funky, I mean, I get the like
play that funky music, big lips. He said she had big lips.
Which I'm like, that shouldn't affect smell.
I just thought about a black girl.
I'm like, yeah, but we're not talking about those type of lips.
You're right. Oh, we're not.
No, he's talking about oral. Oh, you didn't realize? Oh. No.
Oh,
you didn't realize?
Pom fat.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking he was talking about like her lips. As soon as you read it, I'm like, oh, a black girl with big lips. Okay.
Oh. No, you have to understand the context.
Now I get it.
Yeah, because, I mean, why would her mouth,
smell
like stale piss and prawns?
I'm not sure.
And stale piss, she's not wiping properly. Stale piss?
I wish people could see your face.
No, because I don't think you understand how...
No, I understand.
Dirty you have to be.
Because it's not that she smells like piss. She smells like stale piss.
That means she's just peeing and she probably doesn't even wipe.
She doesn't wipe, yeah.
Because, like, even if you wipe with just toilet paper, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why the pee has to stay on it?
Yeah.
Ugh. Sorry, I'm just really taking it in. They're both nasty together.
No, for sure.
She's
That's why they're together.
nasty in her hygiene, and he's nasty for liking it.
It turns them on a lot. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm
like, you're just like, you don't have a question pertaining to her.
Yeah.
You're questioning yourself.
Yeah. Can we go to a listener question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I read it earlier. I'm like, okay, I have to share it with Tess. Like, come on. But yeah, so if you guys are listening and you have a question or a story or something you want to share with us or ask us, you can do so by going to thissquareroom.com. We would love to hear from you. This one is from Anonymous. And they said, hey, Joe and Des, I've waited patiently, but it seems like I won't get my answers, so I have to ask.
Wait, what?
Des, you promised to watch Brand New Cherry Flavor and report back to us about
fucking hell. Fucking hell.
About what this show was about. I'm not gonna lie. I was intrigued by the clip you guys reacted to on the show, and I watched it myself. It was worse than I imagined. But I was too disturbed to watch the whole thing, so I was looking forward to getting the rundown from you, Des.
Oh my God.
But it never came.
I am so sorry. It never came.
You never watched it?
No, that's the thing. I was actually gonna say the same thing. Like, I started to watch it, and I just kept replaying that clip in my head. I even like 10 minutes. Oh. I even showed other people that clip.
You did?
I did. I was like, can you do me a favor? I want to watch something with you. And they're like, okay. I'm like, can you go to this episode this time? And they're just like, okay, that's pretty specific.
Why would you
I'm
do
like,
that
when you're
to
ready,
people?
we can press play at the same time.
Oh, you watch it with them?
I was not fucking watching it because I already know what's going on. And all I hear is, okay. okay, this is weird. Wait, what's that? Wait.
The minute you say what's that, it's all downhill.
It's all downhill.
It's all downhill.
Honestly, I'm so sorry. I've been really, really busy, and like, you know what? I will, because you called me out, I will make it my duty to report back to you next week. You will have a report no later than next week. My word.
I actually forgot that you promised.
And if I don't, you can pick my hair color.
Oh.
Any color. You can say rainbow. You can anything you want to say.
Do pride rainbow.
You can say anything. That is my word, because I really was supposed to watch it, and I even saved it so I can watch it. But yeah, I will.
That's a huge.
Yeah, I will. Thing. I will have a report by next week. I promise you.
Okay. The rest of this person's question, they said, and last week, Joe said that she had a unique opinion on the people who shared their kinks, but I don't recall hearing her say it. You guys are... Relax. Mine was just since last week. This was weeks ago with yours. And you, like, promised to do a whole follow-up. We're not the same, okay? He was like, you guys are leaving me... Or, sorry, I don't know if it's a he or she. This person said, you guys are leaving me hanging. So... at first I was like, what are you talking about? But remember we were reading those like Twitter kinks?
Yeah.
Mine wasn't that crazy. My opinion was that honestly none of them were that.
They're not that crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't honestly consider any of them kinks. They're just like, they were all like, I guess they're kinks, but they're all just like, choke me, call me a slut.
Like if you're like, yeah, I like when he comes on my toes and then he licks it and then spits it back in my mouth. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, people are sharing their craziest kinks. And I mean, like, I've been doing this show long enough to know that there are some crazy kinks. Ooh, loser. No, but you know what I mean? So I was expecting that, and they were all kind of just like, oh, I like being called a dirty whore. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's a kink, but like, come on, I was expecting...
You are a dirty whore.
No, I was just expecting a little more, that's all. And I think the fact that, I don't know, I think people wouldn't expect that from me, to be like, okay, and
that's it.
I want it dirtier. Like, you know, that's not typically my thing, so that's all. I'm not as bad as Des. We're not the same. It's okay.
Shut up.
Hold on, we have another one here. This one is from Jacob, and this
Time
is
out. Mm-hmm. This is the part 3, right? All right, Jacob, I need you to listen to me very carefully, okay? I want you to know I have been talking about you to everybody that I know.
Why, weirdo?
Because as a guy, I understand why he's doing what he's doing and taking the route he's been taking. Even though, you're right, he didn't say certain things. You're right. But one thing that somebody said that stood out to me was, we are going beyond the facts that we do know. And the facts that we do know is that you didn't fucking tell your girlfriend you dated a girl in that fucking class and you were...
Well, hold on. He clears things up in his email. So you
sorry.
Gotta...
Okay, sorry.
Damn.
Sorry.
You heard his name.
I've been mad. I've been mad this whole time.
Clearly, this is
every time I hear the name Jacob, I'm like, oh, that fucking kid.
Oh my god, the name triggers you? Okay, so this is the part 3. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, literally listen to last week or the week before for part 1 or part 2. But this is a young man who's just having, little relationship problems. So just put it that way. Okay, so he says, so I'm writing this after listening to the podcast. So Des is the most correct in this situation. Remember, we were going back and forth.
And I said he's a coward.
Well, no, because you were like, oh, well, I know guys, and I was there, so I'm sure he did this. And I'm like, well, he didn't say, so who knows? Yeah, he was like, nah. He's like, Joe, shut up. Des is the most correct in this situation. I am generally a very upfront person. When I have a problem, I talk to the person and generally confront them. So the reason in which I decide to just break up with M and stop contacting P is because when M told me we had a problem was when I was walking her out of our 11th period classroom door. She confronted me in front of the class, essentially.
Bumbleclaw! Yes, Marissa!
Oh, right. I was like, who's Marissa? Wait, you said M was Marissa.
And Priscilla.
P was Priscilla. And
Tevin.
T was... Okay. You remember.
I've been stuck on this.
Calling them by these names.
Yeah, I'm even telling people these names.
So I thought the best thing to do is just break up and leave it at that because he was confronted in class. That's my justification for thinking we should just break up. However, listening to you guys made me think about how I would feel if I were in her shoes. Just to confirm, the text between me and Priscilla, happened during when we were dating.
Oh my fucking God.
Hold on. I think he means when he and Priscilla were dating. Oh. And the time when we were not, meaning the time in which I was talking to M. The reason for me continuing my contact with Priscilla while talking to Marissa is because I saw nothing wrong with having a girl to fall back on if this didn't work.
I told you!
Hold on.
Sorry, it's gonna be so bad!
Listen.
Oh, boys are so stupid.
Hold on. Why do I feel like you're harder on him than me right now?
Because I see myself in him and I'm getting so mad.
I know, and I see lots of guys that I know, but I'm still like, give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't know.
This is like me yelling at my younger self.
Yo, you're actually getting upset. The reason for me continuing to contact Priscilla while talking to Marissa is because I saw nothing wrong with having a girl to fall back on if it didn't work out or if it turned out I didn't like Marissa. The reason I didn't see anything wrong with this is because in my past relationships, I've had this, and this was never a problem. If me and my girlfriend at the time were having a fight, we would go our separate ways and she would go hang out with her friends and I would mine. Also, you could count me and Priscilla as friends with benefits. So this was never a problem that showed itself in any of my other relationships. I didn't think that it would be a problem. And my further reasoning of thinking that this isn't a problem is because I was exposed to sexual things at a very young age, about 8 or 9. And when I was dating at 11 to 12, it was never really a problem. And I suspect, thinking back to other 11, 12-year-olds around me, they didn't really know what I was talking about in regards to friends with benefits. So anyway, I told you from that first email, what did I say? I was like, it's like a mini Jez, literally. And you were like, what? And And now you're saying it's like talking to a younger version.
Oh, I have some words of wisdom for this guy.
We're only about halfway through the email. Other 11, 12-year-olds didn't really know what he was talking about. Okay. So anyway, after I had a talk with Marissa, after leaving my house and riding my bike to her house, I apologized. I told her I'd get rid of my contact with Priscilla. So I took out my phone, called Priscilla, and said, we are through. No more friends with benefits. And that was that. However, I did ask Marissa if it was Tevin? Mm-hmm. If it was Tevin who told her that I dated Priscilla, and she said yes. So, some background info needed on me and Tevin. Me and Tevin have been friends for a long time, since kindergarten, and during middle school, we grew apart. However, when we became sophomores, we came back together because we were in the same class. Side note, we also started going to the same boxing place. So...
Beat his ass.
No, hold on. Stop, Des. Shut up. So, I have resolved the issue of me and Marissa, but that still leaves Tevin being the one who tried to fuck me over. So, normally when stuff like this happens in our friend group, we go out to the boxing place where we both live, near, and we settle it there. I haven't brought this up to T yet because I've realized that during the time in which me and Marissa were dating, which hasn't been very long, he has been going extra hard in our daily sparring with each other. So my question is, should I just cut him off or go to the boxing place and beat his ass, then cut him off, or beat his ass and forgive him? What do you guys think I should do? And do you think I handled this situation well? So that's why because I read this earlier, and when you were like, beat his ass, I'm like, this kid really is just like you. Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'll let you... Actually, no. I'm going to go first this time because I feel like you have more to say. So, in regards to this question, I think you should beat his ass and forgive him. That's my answer. I think he was for sure being a snake, telling Marissa... Kingsley, stop crying. My dog doesn't like the idea of beating anyone's ass. He's like, just forgive. But no, I think if you guys always like... Kingsley, stop. If you guys always solve your stuff by going to the boxing place, and by all means do that, but then just move forward and just drop it as long as he doesn't continue with his snakish ways. You know what I mean? It's you get one strike and then that's it. That's how I feel. Des, go ahead.
It's just a question I gotta answer.
No, you can say whatever you want to say, but also don't forget to answer the question.
Okay, so I'll answer the question first.
Oh, and also, sorry. Good job for deleting contact with P and like just being honest and apologizing to Marissa. I think that was really or M. Yeah. I think it was really, really big of you.
Okay. First, I will say, yes, beat his ass. But don't lose. Don't lose. Please don't lose.
No, you can't lose. You can't. No.
Spar with him for sure, and then while you're sparring with him, you can even confront him if you guys can talk. If not,
but
then,
do you say beat his ass and cut him off, or beat his ass?
No,
and forgive?
And not necessarily forgive, but why?
Like let it go.
Yeah, because if he's been going super hard lately, maybe he likes either Priscilla or he likes Marissa.
It's Marissa he likes for sure.
One of them, but because he had both of them, that's an issue.
Because Jacob had both.
Yeah, because Jacob, you're now. Because remember, Tevin essentially lined him and Marissa up by planning that let's chill and didn't show up.
Yeah, but maybe Tevin was like hoping that Jacob would be the wingman and it didn't.
No way. No, because Tevin knew that Jacob.
Well, Tevin's an idiot because if you like the girl,
He likes Priscilla, but Jacob and Priscilla are friends with benefits. No, you can't have both girls.
He likes Marissa, which is why he tried to sabotage
All right, Jacob, I need you to figure this out after you beat his ass. But
at this point, it doesn't matter whether it's Priscilla or Marissa. T was being a snake.
Yeah, he was.
I was hoping that it wasn't. I don't like friends.
I don't like that either.
Go that way. But
yeah, definitely beat his ass.
I think you can move past it, but it's kind of like
yeah. Even if he asks you, because what he's gonna do is, how did you know or who told you?
My girlfriend told me.
No, I'm not even telling you. My girlfriend told me because that's not the point.
It's not relevant.
That's not the point. It doesn't matter who told me.
Yeah.
Why would you?
He wouldn't even ask because he knows. Who else would tell him?
But at 16, you're going to ask, who told you? Who told you? Like, shut up. Punch you. That was a cheap shot. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Okay, so in terms of this whole thing going on, I do like the fact that after you heard this, you realize that, you're not handling it correctly.
As I said, I like this guy. I think he has good intentions.
Yes, this has a lot to do with your upbringing, because not upbringing, but you're exposed. Yeah, because so was I. So same thing you're saying, like 11, 12 years old, I'm saying things to my friends and they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like,
you guys still say things to me and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And like, even like my hair, like the lady that does my hair, like me and her were talking the other day and I'm telling her certain stories and she's just like, wait, what? Des, I'm 30 something and not like what? And I'm just like, isn't this life? But yes, you have to realize.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because when you've been exposed to things at a younger age, as I said, even now you tell me things and I'm like, whoa. And it's like, yeah, the rest of the world catches up with you, but like because you've had that unique experience at such a young age, you will always be like there will always be certain things that like people just won't relate to you with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you did that with Marissa. I'm glad you did that in front of Marissa.
Yeah, in front of her, that's a huge key thing.
But you need to be consistent with it because
I'm glad that you guys are good.
You're gonna reach a point where you're gonna be thinking of Priscilla and you're gonna want some snoo. And
snoo, I haven't heard that since I was too young to be watching that. It's from Futurama for anyone who doesn't
don't know.
What do you mean? Futurama? I feel like Futurama reruns. Because for sure when it was on, we were too young to be watching it when it was on. But there were reruns for years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like temptation is the worst part, especially if you and Marissa aren't crossing that line. You have to respect that. If you and her are dating, you're gonna have to respect the fact that she's not where you're at, and you can't cheat. You cannot cheat, because her even forgiving you after this is her taking a big jump, because you were essentially talking to her. And the fact that you're thinking of, okay, let me make sure I have something to fall back on, means you weren't even all in. While she's thinking, okay, this guy's giving me a chance. Like, he already told me he doesn't like the whole smoking thing and da-da-da-da-da. And you look past that. So this is your one shot to make things right by her. And I hope you do and continue to make it right. Make your own memories with her, have fun. But, respect the fact that if she's not where you are sexually, don't do anything you're not supposed to do, because I would do everything I'm not supposed to do. And I'm letting you know, as a future you, don't be me. Be better. Be better, because you know better, and you can do better. Be better.
It sounds like he is actually actively making an effort to be better, which is a huge step.
I hope you're not a Libra. Oh my God, if you're a Libra, we're fucked.
If you're a Libra, you're already doomed.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Especially if you're born on the 4th of October.
Oh my God, then you're out of luck. But no, I'm glad that you did hear what we were saying, and you know, the advice I was trying to give you, and you actively did something about it, and I'm glad to hear that you did, because you could have and just not wrote back. But I'm glad you gave, because I do love a follow. No, beat his ass for sure.
Beat his
for
ass.
Sure. Not in school, because it's not that big.
No. He said they're gonna go.
Yeah,
they live near the.
Yeah,
the
you know, I'm gonna act like everything's fine, and then I'm gonna beat your ass in the ring, and then after you're gonna be like, "Yo, dude, chill." Be like, "Yeah, what about X, Y, and Z?" And that's where you catch him.
He's gonna be
you know what I mean? And then you just let him know, like, yo, you know, I don't like that, but like, it is what it is.
Moving like a snake. All right, but thank you so much for the question. Thank you for the follow-up. You know, we love a follow-up in this girl room, so. But yeah, if anyone else has a question, a story, whatever, we would love to hear from you. Where can they go to write in, Des?
You can go to our website. You can go to our website.
I mean, it's in our link tree thing. So like if you follow us on Instagram, which is
This Square Room,
right.
At This Square Room.
Well, yeah. Like if you click the link in our bio, it's like the first one there. But yes, our website, thissquareroom.com or thissquareroom.com/ask. Anything. Like it's easy.
I was gonna say you don't even have to go. It's right there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, thank you very much. Very much so appreciated. Now I saw a video, and actually maybe I'll just show you the video.
Oh my God, is it me?
No, okay. What? You out here on the internet doing things you shouldn't be doing?
I mean, it's things I should be doing.
Wait, what?
I should be having sex.
There's a video of you having sex on the internet?
I don't know.
Okay, Kim, relax.
That was a good one.
No. This, should I send it to you? Do you want to like set up like the audio?
Oh, sure,
maybe?
No problem.
Let me, okay, I just DM'd it to you.
Is this via?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's not a long video, but like rather than me explain it, you can play it. Careful, that's not too loud.
Okay.
And then I will, we can, yeah. So
go from there.
Yeah, play it when you're ready.
Joe Turo.
Yeah, it's all plugged in, I think. That's not the one, it's the one over.
Okay.
Which brings me to the bigger subject that we need to talk about. When I say black, she freaks out. She loses her mind. They don't want to.
I think it's African American.
No.
Let me say something. You told me.
Go at it.
I'm realizing now that it can't really be heard that well.
Hold on, let's do a poll. If you are a black person, do you want to be called black or African American?
Put black downstairs. Put BLACK. By the way, that is my code name at Starbucks, Mr. Black.
This guy's so funny.
Do you want me to say this is a black man or this is an African American man?
Anyways, yeah, that's it. Like, you get the point. I don't know who this guy is. He's like somebody like, he's like a public figure.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
He looks like he is.
Yeah, because like everyone in the comments was calling him by like his first name, so I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. So what do you prefer?
Well, first and foremost.
Oh, recap, just in case they didn't hear.
Sure. That's not what I was gonna say, but yeah.
Okay. So,
I saw this like over a week and a half ago, so I forgot how shit the audio is.
Okay, so we have a couple. It seems like a couple. A white man and a white woman, and they're speaking to a black woman, and they seem like they're friends or they've spoken before. So the white guy was saying that, you know, his wife or whoever she is gets upset every time he says black. You know,
no, African American. He's saying it's black.
Yeah, he's saying it's black, and she gets upset every time he says that.
I thought he knew the black woman.
They both know because then
I didn't presume that him and the other woman were a couple, but whatever.
So now the white lady was like,
no,
it's African American,
mm-hmm.
and then the black girl was like, no, blah blah blah, mm-hmm. and the white lady's like, no, and she's pointing to the black lady, and she's like, you told me that it's African American, and then the black lady was like, I only told you that when you're saying black people. You would have to say African American people, not black people. And she was just like, what? So then they end up asking a stranger, and the stranger was like, black. Like, I'm a black guy. And she's like, what? Well, the white lady was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So Joe, what do you prefer?
Well, I was going to say first and foremost, never call me African American because I am not. I'm Canadian. And I think a lot of like Americans forget that. Like not every black person around the world is
African American.
It's literally only a thing that pertains to Americans. Yeah. Like it's not a thing
at all.
Here we are black, or if anything, I would be considered Jamaican Canadian.
Yeah.
Because of my ethnicity. No, nobody says that. So yeah, like to us it's a little different, but like I would 100% prefer black.
Yeah.
Like obviously if I'm in the States and people don't know I'm from Canada, I'm not gonna be like, I'm actually Jamaican Canadian. Like that's, and yes, if you want to be picky, like everyone, has roots in Africa, even Jamaicans, but it's like my hundreds of years of our family's history is in Jamaica. That's why we are Jamaican Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to go far enough back, we would be African Canadians, but that's not our culture. That's not our.
If we go far enough, white people,
black
white people would be African too.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone.
So
right, but so that's why for us in particular, it's Jamaican Canadian, not African Canadian or whatever. Unless
mine is just Jamaican. Sorry.
Well, you were born there. That's the thing. I was born in Canada, and I remember being a kid, and my mom actually told me like what you would be considered is Jamaican Canadian Association. Yeah. Like that's your ethnicity, because my nationality is Canadian, and my ethnicity is Jamaican, because both of my parents were born and raised there. So first and foremost, we ain't African American. Don't even
utter that to me whatsoever.
Like I said, the only time that'd be acceptable is if I'm in the state. Like people don't know where the hell I'm from, so it's like whatever. But even still, black.
And it's funny because I make like at work, I like to, I don't know. I know everyone's racist a little bit in their mind. So like when people are like, hey you, hey, I don't turn around. Hey. I'm like, if you're talking to me, you can just say, hey, big black guy. And they're just like, oh.
But who does that? Aren't you like, excuse
nobody,
me, sir?
But
excuse me, tie-dye shirt. Excuse me, red. Why do you have to be excuse me, big black guy?
It's crazy that you just said, sir. We're walking on this weekend in Niagara, and somebody held the door for Kaden's mom or something, and he's just like, oh, have a nice day, ma'am. And she's like, what did you just call me?
I told you I don't like ma'am either.
And I had to grab her. I'm like, and she's like, no, I need to know what he just called me.
Okay, well, I wouldn't actually. Why'd she go crazy?
I'm not a ma'am.
Ma'am sounds matronly and just old. I don't like being called ma'am. I'm like, ma'am.
What is wrong with you guys?
But I've never freaked out. I just cry on the inside.
They're just trying to be polite.
I just want to go home and fucking.
Don't
tell them what I did. Don't tell them. That's horrible.
Yeah. So I would
self-harm.
I would. You're like, I'll say it.
Because I hate like they can't see us, so I hate like leaving them hanging.
Fair enough.
But don't call me ma'am.
I would.
My mom calls me ma'am just to piss me off because she knows.
I like black. You can call me white guy.
Huh?
You can call me white guy. I don't care what people call me. I don't know.
No, but like if say we were American, or say it was like a common thing to call Black Canadians if African American, because we're technically North American. If I was
in the States and like I was American, you need to call me African American.
Why?
Because
over black? Really?
Yeah.
Des.
Okay.
It's just
say
black.
African American.
African American.
Say black.
Black.
When people say black, they put such black.
I didn't.
No, I know you didn't. But the first time you said it, you did.
You tried to prove a point and it didn't work.
The first time you said it, you're like black.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Black and I'm proud.
I don't like that.
Say it loud.
I don't like that. I don't.
It doesn't rhyme. Say it loud. I'm African American and I'm like.
I don't need it to rhyme.
Now I'm stumbling over my words.
A young African American man. A young black kid.
What did you like? A young African American.
You heard me.
No, here's the thing. But like, think about it though. With other, most Americans with other ethnicities, they don't do that. Like, they don't, if they see someone of like a Hispanic background, they don't try to figure, they're not like Hispanic American or Caucasian or Asian American. They're just like that Asian Hispanic, person, that Mexican, that.
They're
like,
probably not American. I'm just saying. Let's speak the facts.
But you know what I mean? They only do, and I get it. Like, I think if you're taking the step to say African American, you're trying to be respectful. Yeah. So it's not like how dare you?
But when you say black, I feel like if you're not black, it comes across as like, you know, not to be racist or anything. That's what it sounds like to me.
I've had white men who've tried to like talk to me. And you can tell they're trying really hard to be respectful, but you're like, sweetheart,
that's not it.
And they're just like, yeah, you know, I love that you have like deep skin. And you're just like, bitch, just say I'm black. Like, it's like when you dance around the subject, like I know it's not a surprise. You're not gonna shock me. Like I remember one time someone was like, well, you know, like you're a black woman, and I was like, what? I am? Because I'm like, he was like dancing around it so much that I was like, you think I don't know? Like, what is the elephant in the room here? Because I know I'm black. Mm-hmm. You know I'm black. It's fine. And like, sometimes when you try too hard to be respectful, it's awkward. Yeah, it's very awkward. And like saying black is not offensive, just like saying white, like that white guy. If you're like, oh, those black thugs. Like, yeah, okay, now it's...
Why?
You know what I mean?
But why though?
Why what? Because they're
black.
It's the adjective that
they're black. Look at those black thugs. They're black and they look like thugs.
Yes, but you're playing it to
look at those white hillbillies.
No,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's the negative connotation.
Nah, bro.
Adjective.
No. Nah, bro.
Listen, bro.
It is what it is.
No, it's not.
If I walk into a store with my pants under my asshole and a bandana on, listening to music out loud.
Why do you have to be a black?
Because you are black. You are black. We just said it, black. You know I'm black. I know I'm black. Just say it.
But when you're describing certain things, you can't.
See, that's what I don't understand, and that's why I don't get it. Like that's why I don't care what. Like, I don't get it. Like you want me to call you black until I have to describe what you're doing.
There was a black guy there. Thug isn't describing what you're doing.
I am describing the thug.
But what is the definition of a thug? A thug isn't an appearance.
Of course it is.
Isn't a thug more of like you have to be doing thuggish things like about
like wearing your pants below your asshole?
I'm looking up the definition of a thug. A violent person, especially a criminal. Oh,
blacks.
No. Oh my God, Des, you can't.
Majority of people who are in jail are who? Blacks.
Yes, but that is due to systematic racism.
And to poverty.
Black people, yes, they're incarcerated at higher rates. That has nothing... Listen, it doesn't mean that more crime happens with black people, you know.
No, I know.
And then when white people do it, it's called white-collar crimes.
No, it's called a business. Thank you very much.
It's blue-collared, actually. White-collar.
Now you're being racist.
No, I misspoke.
No, I'm not racist. I'm prejudiced because I can't be a racist.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nah, bro, it is what it
is. Historically, thugs are a member of a group or organization of robbers and assassins who waylaid and strangled their victims. Actually, historically, it started in India. Interesting.
Okay, so, for example, right? You can look at these white hillbillies. How do you know they're fucking hillbillies? Do you know where they fucking live?
I don't think I've ever described somebody as a hillbilly unless it was like a cartoon and they're like ding 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 playing like a banjo.
That's because they play a banjo, they're hillbillies. With the
straw and no shoes and
they're in the country. They're in the country. They're not hillbillies. Respect them. Respect them. You're so stupid. I wish you had a little dumbass cartoon doing that dumb head thing you're just doing.
No, but you know exactly like what I'm picturing.
Because we're all racist a bit, and people just need to express it.
I've never once looked at a white person. I just listen. I dated a white country boy, and I just called them country because that's what they were.
I look at blacks all the time.
And
like,
you look at them and
I think things.
No, I think I mean, I'm sure I can't say I've never like looked at someone and stereotyped, including black people. I've definitely like, I remember at one point, this is like at some point when I was like, I don't want to say this in high school, but I was still pretty young, and like going through the mall, and like there was just like a bunch of black people, and they were just I don't know why black people like to stare at other black people, or at least I went through like a couple years of my life where that was my experience anytime I was in a mall or whatever. And it's not sorry, my dog is in another room and he's barking. It's not just I'm sorry, this dog is driving me crazy. I think the first time it happened, it was like people my age, and it was mostly young men. And I get it, you're maybe trying to like look at a young girl, but it's just like when someone walks by and you're just like very obvious, you know what I mean? But it's also like older women, like people who were like my mother's age.
Yeah, we're just judging you.
They were just like watching it. Yeah, it just felt very judging.
It is. Like,
oh, this young black girl, she should be at home reading her book and taking care of her family. No, like, you know.
No, it's very judgy. When I see a black girl like walking in like booty shorts and things, I'm like, why do you have to embarrass us? Why?
That part. And the thing is also,
and that
I've
is
never
racist
lived
in itself.
The only time I've ever lived in predominantly black neighborhoods, my mom moved us out.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
Don't blame me, blame the blacks. That can't be your dog. That's not your dog. I refuse to believe that's...
because I put him in another room.
I refuse to believe that's your dog. Your dog doesn't speak.
Oh, because you never hear him bark like
ever.
That. You hear him whine because he's normally with us.
That's
oh,
true.
Yeah. No, he...
Oh, that's crazy. He's a marker.
When I leave the apartment...
Oh, he goes nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm super racist all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like because I don't care.
Well, no, I
like if we look like we rob a store, we are thugs.
Yeah, but like anyone could be that. Have you ever seen like fucking Asian gangsters?
Thugs.
Fucking Asian mafia is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Thugs.
Scarier than the fucking Italian mob or whatever.
Thugs.
The Yakuza, that's thugs. I'm talking about the Chinese mafia. I think the Yakuza is Japanese.
Oh, because they're amazing.
To be fair though, I think I just said Asian, so...
You did.
No, but like in my head, I was thinking the Chinese mafia. Scary shit.
I just think everybody just needs to own it. It is what it is. There's like, you're putting brown sugar on top of white sugar. Like, there's still white sugar there. Like, it doesn't change what it is.
I'm sorry.
So
you lost me.
Her saying African American or blacks doesn't change her mindset at all.
I think, you know what? It's because in the United States for the longest time, they were just using the N-word. So they were like, no, it's African American. Like, be respectful.
Yeah, but now you want to say it's blacks.
It's
and
casual.
Now we're individual because you don't know what I identify as.
If you can say, oh, that white guy, you can say that black guy. And I don't think anything is wrong with that. I think listen, I'm not trying to get y'all beat up. If you're not black, then like, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be mad if you say African American because like they can tell you're trying to be respectful, but like they're not going to be mad if you say black. But don't quote me if you get punched in the face, like that's not on me. But like,
so if I say a white guy, I'm like, yo, Cracker Jack.
What? I'm talking about the word black. No, you can say like that white guy over there. Don't be like, hey, white guy. Like that's not necessary. You don't need to identify someone by the color of their skin. You have to identify them by the content of their character.
So if
MLK taught us.
If I see you walking and I'm like, hey, look at that
beautiful woman.
Which one of them?
All of them.
The one in the black shirt.
The beautiful one in the black shirt with the red.
That's
and yellow
too many words. Look at that black girl. Like, why do we have to sugarcoat it?
No, but like that's not a negative thing. So you saying
so only when it's negative we can't say it? That's ridiculous. It's either you say it or you don't say it.
No, because negative. What do you mean? If you look at a Mexican person, like look at that dirty Mexican. That's negative. That's completely.
Look at that beautiful Mexican.
Yes.
What the fuck? It's the same thing.
What I'm saying is you don't have to identify them by their ethnicity. First of all, you don't have to call them a Mexican, period. And most of the time when people refer to people as Mexican, they're not. But it's like, okay, even if they are, it's like you don't have, like, look at that beautiful woman in that blue dress.
Oh my God, why do we have to use so many words? This is why the English language is fucked up. No other language uses so many words.
But with that being said, if you must identify someone based off of like their ethnicity or their skin color, then yes, it is more appropriate to say it with a positive connotation than a negative one. Because then it becomes like a nasty like racial stereotype.
I don't like this.
Look at that white hillbilly. Look at that white whatever. Look at that. I don't know what an Asian one is. And I'm glad I don't know more negative stereotypes because I honestly, I don't know. I don't like that shit. I don't like it for me and for other black people. I don't like it for any other ethnicity. I just don't like it.
I feel like people embrace their true self when they do it.
Well, I mean, true. Yeah, your true colors show.
Like when you see some white people do some weird shit and you're like, ugh, white people. Yup. That is racist in itself. But no, we can only be prejudiced. No. Everybody's racist. And it's okay.
You're right, for sure.
It's just how you go about it.
Yeah. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. So at the end of the day, you don't care.
At all.
You actually said call me African American.
I said I would prefer. Yeah, I don't want to black. Ugh, God. Ugh.
And I say black. Blackity black.
And like it just feels like we're trying to make it okay. Like, if you're trying to make something okay, that means it's not okay.
I feel like it is okay. I just feel like certain people, and I don't think that all white people are like afraid to say black, but you know, sometimes.
And we can't say you blacks. That's bad.
No, I think any sort of you people is wrong. So you blacks, you whites, you Asians. No, you can't.
What if I say the blacks I've encountered?
You as a black man, I guess you can kind of get away with it, but like it's still kind of like if you were to say that, I'd be like, if I didn't know you, I'd give you a look like.
Everybody gives me a look. I know, happens all the time. What do you mean, you blacks? The ones with the darker skin.
Oh my God. Yeah, but it sounds rooted in a lot of racism when you do that. So it's just like, just stay away.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. I don't get it.
You blacks? Or like a you people? Nah.
You guys just don't want to be grouped. That's what it is.
Yes. We were grouped for too long. And ushered onto slave ships. So we don't want to be grouped. You guys want to
be individuals.
Yes.
Until you see somebody of your own ethnicity and you're like, oh, why are you doing this to us? Oh, another one of us. So you can group yourselves, but nobody else can group you guys.
No, because it's like we know the world is going to group us, so we don't want to have like, we don't want those negative stereotypes. We don't want those thuggish blacks and those ghetto blacks and those whatever. Ghetto. You know that's not I don't want to be described as that.
But why can't we embrace negative things?
We did, and now you're telling us we're doing the most because now we're trying to make something happen. No, you guys are
doing the most because
you know what? When we try to take something negative and flip it into a positive, it goes too far because they tried to reclaim the N-word as like, nah, that's my bro, my homie, like that's our word, and now it's just like, oh God, it's gone too far. It's gone way too far, and everybody feels like they can say it.
And?
And they can't.
Why not?
I don't even say it, and I'm one of them.
Like even like okay, like the whole thug thing, like Tupac tattooing thug life on him.
If he's about that life, he's about that life.
And then people started to embrace the thug life.
No.
Yeah.
I've never been about that thug life.
Yeah, because you don't have a tattoo that says thug life.
I think there's a few steps before you get the tattoo. I think you legit have to be about that life.
Maybe, it depends.
Do you really think I've ever been about that life?
Sometimes, I don't know, man. There's a couple times I've seen you dress in some baggy clothes that I question nothing. I question nothing you do. Huh? Nothing needs a question. I was trying to paint a picture for them and I couldn't even paint it because I couldn't do it.
I mean, I love a nice pair of sweats and like, you know, whatever, but I'm like, I don't think that makes me a thug. Are you saying that because I'm black?
Obviously.
I'm a black woman. I wear sweatpants. I'm all of a sudden a thug.
Obviously. You live in the ghetto.
Interesting. I don't actually.
In the ghetto. The ghetto's so much fun.
Mm-mm.
It is.
Mm-mm.
Like, when I say fun, I mean, like, it's almost like they're a family. Like, the whole neighborhood. Like, it's like here. You can live, like, where you live for so long and not know your neighbors. Mm-hmm. In the ghetto, it's like everybody knows everybody. Everybody's raising everybody's child.
There's more of a sense of community.
Exactly. And I do like that. That's what I love about it.
I don't like when your neighbors, because I've had some neighbors. I legit had a neighbor and he lived, I was like the second house in and he was like the corner house. So he would stay at the corner and like see everyone and everything, and he knew everything that was happening in the neighborhood.
That's good.
And because he was my no,
you need one of those.
He was my direct neighbor. He would talk to us all the time and tell us stuff. And when the weather wasn't good, you'd see him at his kitchen window, just look like this man. He was living the life though, because his wife was like a doctor or something, and like he was just a stay-at-home. They had no kids, or if they did, they were out of the house. And like this man, his whole identity was neighborhood watch. That's all good. On his own.
That's good. You need somebody. No,
that's the neighbor.
Josephine usually gets home at 3:15. If she goes to the grocery store, she's home by 4. Today she was home by 5. That's a problem.
Having that person is pretty. Like, yo, this dog is driving me crazy. I love him, but my God, no. Having that neighbor is good because it's like if anything goes wrong, they like are there. But also they are up your asshole. Oh my God, it's like get out.
Good thing you have that lube.
I hate you.
So, oh Jesus! Oh, I almost died.
You okay?
I think so.
Were you choking on your saliva?
I was choking on my lies.
Damn. Just like a man.
I don't like that. Why are you grouping us?
You know, I was gonna say just like a black man, but
why? You see what I'm saying? Just say it.
No, I was saying it as a joke, obviously.
Yeah, nope.
Shut up. What do you mean? No, we just came off this.
Nope. That's why these women date black men. That's why these women date white men.
You know I'm joking when I say black man, but if I had said just like a Jamaican man, then I would not.
I don't like that either.
That is the truth.
I don't like that either.
I stand by that.
I don't like that.
Let's say that one with my chest.
Don't group us. Don't group us. I don't want to be grouped.
Y'all group yourselves.
I want to be groped, not grouped. So
I hate you so much.
I don't. Okay, I have a question because I don't understand how this works. Right? What is a transgender, or who? How would you identify it? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean what is. That is crazy. How do you identify somebody as a transgender?
A transgender person is someone whose physical gender, like that was assigned at birth, does not necessarily coincide with their gender identity.
Okay, not necessarily a sex change.
No.
Okay.
A lot of people who are trans do not take that step, and that is perfectly fine. Like, there's no like definition of how to be trans. It's just like if you know, say you were born with certain parts or you were raised as
but you feel something else.
You're like, this is not me, you know. Yeah.
Okay. This is
my body doesn't. I'm in the wrong body type of feeling.
Okay. Still slightly confusing. So
I'm sure it's very confusing.
There was a transgendered male.
Okay. So that means that they were assigned female at birth?
Okay, it's transgendered female.
Okay.
In a women's prison.
Okay.
Who got 2 women pregnant in prison.
Okay.
I'm slightly confused.
What are you confused about?
I don't know how this works. Because...
So obviously she is a woman, but she still has a...
I understand that part.
Okay.
But why would she be put in a woman's prison when she physically uses her man parts?
Well, first of all, when it comes to sex, I mean, people are still people. They're going to want to pleasure themselves whether they have certain parts or not. And a lot of the time, what I've been told, at least, I can't relate from personal experience, but it's like that is usually one of the last surgeries you have. And a lot of the time, for some people, it's like it confirms their gender identity, but a lot of people are realizing like, hey, like I'm actually cool with these parts I have. I just maybe want to present a little differently. Or
so she's a lesbian. So she'd be...
Oh, is that what you mean?
Like, this is all so confusing.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically, I mean, we don't know if she's also attracted to men. She could be bisexual. She could be pansexual. But yes, are you saying, is this woman attracted to women? Yes, obviously. I mean, hey, sometimes you get lonely in there. Maybe she's just lonely.
Oh, this is all so confusing for me. I don't know.
Well, you've never heard of a lesbian before?
No, I have. I love them.
Right. I mean, I've seen Orange is the New Black. Women get it on with other women in prison all the time.
I guess because when you hear somebody is transgendered, so from male to female, you assume that they don't use their penis.
No. I've never assumed that.
I assume that.
Okay.
So if I hear
Why though? Why would you assume that? Being trans doesn't affect the fact that like you could be sexually attracted to someone. If you're sexually attracted to someone and they're sexually attracted to you, you want to just do the do.
For example, if I have a friend and they're transgendered, male to female,
okay,
I'm gonna assume that you are into men, but you feel womanly.
Right, you're assuming that it's just a straight trans person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which a lot of people are.
So when you hear that it's
because
not.
Because a lot of the time you see people, they maybe think before they come to, like, they always have that feeling, but a lot of the time it's the agenda is pushed to like, oh, like you're probably just gay. If you were assigned male at birth and you grow up as a male and you're like, well, I feel like I like men. You're like, you're probably just gay. And then they're like, wait a minute, no, I still do like men, but like I don't feel right. So
it's possible to be a gay transgender.
Of course. Because
this is so confusing.
No. Okay, so maybe this will help you.
Mm-hmm.
Gender identity and sexual preference are different. Your sexual preference is who you like. Your gender identity is who you are. So it doesn't like they don't go hand in hand. So who you like has nothing to do with who you are. So who you are, I identify as a woman, you identify as a man. But that doesn't mean that because I'm a woman, I have to like men. And because you're a man, you have to like women.
So what would you be considered?
I'd be a cisgendered woman.
Why? What is that?
Cis means you're born with those parts and you also identify with those parts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You would be a cisgendered straight man. So you were born a man, you identify as a man, and you're straight because you like women.
But wouldn't I be a cisgendered heterosexual?
Heterosexual is straight.
Exactly. So why do they get words like bisexual?
Sure, call yourself I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that you said straight. That was like black. I don't like that. I don't like that.
So you just want the fancy lingo.
If they get the fancy lingo, why not? Everybody should get the fancy lingo then. Well, it's only fair.
It's just a lot of people, again, instead of being like, you know, I'm African American, it's just a lot of words. People don't say I'm heterosexual, they say I'm straight. It's just, a lot of the time, they don't say homosexual either, they just say gay.
Yeah, but they can say it, but I can't say it.
You can say gay.
This is one problem that I have, and this is what I come to the conclusion of, right? Let's say
only Disney doesn't say gay.
Let's say you have a friend,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, Joe, is your friend gay? You being you would answer correctly, but you not being you. Most people are like, why are you going to assume he's gay? Okay, that's if he is gay. If he's gay, they get so upset that you assumed that he was gay or she was gay. However, if they're not, it's just like, oh no, he's not, you know, da-da-da-da. And it's all calm and nice and everything is fine. Because I've tried this theory out a couple times.
Okay.
Why do people get so offended?
I think sometimes you're probably thinking, because I know a lot of people that if someone was like, oh, is this person gay? They'd be like, yeah, or no. Like, you already know, I've been asked a lot of
Yeah. That's why I said
are you a
not
lesbian?
being you. Yeah. I'm questioning it right now.
Right, but like I don't take it like that question to me means nothing. Like I don't care. I don't take offense. But I think sometimes if you're in the closet and people are questioning that, you just feel very exposed. It's just a question that makes you uncomfortable. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the question. I guess it can be wrong if you don't know the person. Like, what does that matter? Like, why are you all up in my business? So there's like time and place, but if you know the person and you mean well, it's not necessarily a bad question, but it's a question that can just be loaded because, you know, if someone is not out, you're kind of forcing them out, which is never a good thing. So that's why you shouldn't really.
Oh my God. This is why I only talk to like 7 people because I cannot anymore. There's just way too many rules in conversation.
No, it's not even a rule. It's just like, I don't know.
Like, I've had people be like, are you gay? I'm like, no.
You've had people ask you if you're gay?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really?
Fuck yeah. And like, I get it. I'm very me. And a lot of big black guys are very, no, I'm not doing that.
They probably do that so that they don't.
For whatever reason. But I don't, like, I have no problem, you know, going on stage, singing Spice Girls, doing a little, you know, twirl and shit like that. Like, oh, fuck.
Did you do the dance?
I don't know that. I don't know it fully. I just make shit up. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey, you, always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby. Gotta. See, that's the only part I know. Slow it down, baby.
My cousin, I remember, like, I was never that into Spice Girls, but, like, my cousin and her, like, older friends used to always, like, make us.
I was into it like shit. Like, I was, oh my God, Scary Spice. Oh my Lord Jesus. Her and Baby. Oh my
I remember I always wanted to be Sporty Spice, but I was the little one, so I had to be Baby. And I'm like, but I want to be Sporty
Baby was
Spice.
just so cute.
I know, but, like, you know, I wanted to be Sporty Spice because I was actually a bit of a tomboy back then. And I was like, I don't want to be Baby Spice. And they were like, well, they were all, like, much older than me. And I was like, well, I had
Posh.
to say.
Ugh. Yeah, so I, like, when I read that, I didn't understand.
Are you okay?
That's what I felt like. I feel like I don't know. Like,
you made me like do a double take at you. I'm like, I think you're having a stroke just now.
I really didn't understand, but I get it. Okay, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Your sexual preference and what you identify as are two different things.
One is what you like, one is what you are. So they're completely disconnected.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
They could both be seen as like complicated things because how you identify.
Okay. So they had to put her in that jail because she identifies as a female.
Yes.
As a woman. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But she has a penis that she uses to have sex with other women.
Yeah.
Because she's still into women, so she's a lesbian with a penis.
Well, she may not be a lesbian though, because it's not just lesbians that are into.
You're right.
But, you know, like, yes, into women, obviously. But that's the thing. I've also heard a lot of men who go to jail, straight men, sorry, heterosexual men,
Thank you.
or claim they're heterosexual, but then they're like, you know, temptation got to me, and, you know, I just had to bend over and pick up that soap. Like, I don't know. I've never been to jail, so, like, maybe something in jail, you're just like, I just gotta rub one out, or I just gotta get it in where I can. Why did you make that sound with your mouth? That's so gross. Especially after we consider what we're speaking about. I said rub one out. You just made that noise.
Oh, that was my dry heave noise.
Oh, I thought it was a different noise. I thought it was like a gagging on something noise. I honestly thought that's what you were trying to do.
There's a question I had to ask you and I don't remember.
Good. It's probably a lie.
Probably. Fuck. Yeah, I don't remember. There's no point. It was a question that I really like. I don't understand. It was another one of those.
Oh, you can't remember?
I can't remember. You said something and I was like, oh yeah, I have a question.
The minute we stop recording, you're going to be like,
no, I'm not. I'm going to go home and be like, fuck. That's what it was.
It's not even when you go home. It's going to be like 2 days later.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, listen, I'm not like the person to come to. Kingsley, I'm not the person to come to, but like.
I remember.
Okay.
I don't understand. Penetration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like if you are a lesbian and you prefer using dildos.
Sure. Or like a strap.
Yeah, a strap on. That is a penis. The only thing not attached to the penis is the man. So it's literally just men you have an issue with.
Yeah.
Not the penis.
Sure.
So you like penis.
No.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's so confusing.
Oh, did you think of this question when I'm like, I get mistaken for a lesbian?
Yeah. That's like me having a fleshlight. But I'm like, I don't like pussy. You obviously do, just not real one.
I know gay men with fleshlights.
That's so confusing.
First of all, they have ones that are buttholes.
I know.
But, No. First of all, not all like straps and dildos, like they're obviously a certain shape, but like if you notice, a lot of them don't even look like penis. They have the ones that like look like legit penises, but there's a lot of toys that just have that shape because of that's how your vagina is shaped. Think about it, like biologically, Adam and Eve, blah blah blah. Like men and women were designed to mate, so like the parts go together.
They weren't designed to mate.
No, they weren't.
No, I can tear apart the whole Bible.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about
because you said Adam and Eve.
I know, but then I was also just thinking about like biology, right? Okay. Like even in the wild, like in the species, there's a male and female of everything, right? So it's like the body parts were designed to work together in a way to reproduce children, but
so we're just doing this for fun.
Yeah, most people have sex for. You think every time someone has sex, they want a child every single time?
I thought so.
Oh yeah.
Look at
me. Really? Look how many children you would have if that was the case.
I do have them All these niggas is my sons. I've been listening to a lot of Nicki Minaj lately.
Clearly, but like not even like recent Nicki.
No. No,
but it's just like, yeah, a lot of lesbians use toys or dildos or straps for the penetration. It's like, it's not even that they like the penis. They like the feeling because that's what it is designed for. A lot of women need penetrative sex in order to orgasm. Some don't. Some need only like clitoral stimulation. Some need a combination. But it's not about the man. Like, they're not attracted to men physically. Most likely they're not attracted to men emotionally either. Or just at all. They probably hate men. I think most straight women also hate men. But it's like, no, it's not about like, oh, I like the penis. It's like, no, the shape works for me and provides me pleasure because that is biologically the shape that my vagina is. It has nothing to do with men or women or anything like that. The shape is the shape because that's the shape of my vagina. If my vagina was a triangle, I'd be inserting things like a triangle, but it's not like that. So I'm going to just insert things that look like a penis. It's not about men. Men, y'all like each other too much. Like, you like yourselves, too much. And it's not about you.
Put the strap on your forehead then. Put it
I'm
on,
sure some do. The thing is,
belly.
it's designed because...
Design it a different way. Because it's very misleading for people that don't know like me.
Double-ended dildos where you can...
I know, that look like penises.
There's the ones with like the suction cups so you can like fuck
that look like penises. I make girls use that. I don't make them, but I let them use that. I just said I don't make.
Yeah, you caught yourself with that
I did, because I don't make anyone do anything.
911. Any woman you have sex with, make blink twice.
You're stupid.
Call me Captain Save a Hoe. I'll save all of them.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Why though? But like when I break it down about like it's literally just about the shape.
I hear what you're saying.
Think about like some of the most popular sex toys. They actually aren't shaped like dildos.
I don't know. I just see dicks.
No, but like yes, there's that phallic shape, but like it's not,
Shape it like a butt plug. They have those. Do those. Use those.
Yes, but the butt plug, they're like narrower at the tip.
No, I know.
Wide. Like it's not the same for a vagina. Vagina needs a certain shape. Whether you want it skinnier or girthier.
Okay, well then put it on like your boob or something.
But that's
fuck her boob.
But that is what you are saying.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it very misleading.
Needs to adjust.
That's what makes it very misleading.
To make you more comfortable.
I'm just saying it makes it very misleading for people who don't understand. Some lesbians
don't use any sort of straps because maybe both parties prefer like.
That makes fucking sense. That makes fucking sense.
Enough.
That makes fucking sense.
Why? But like, if you need more or you want more, if you want to play around, then like.
No, I hear you. Do what you want to do, but you have to understand like where people don't understand.
Men can't get pegged because only butt sex is for gay men only. Y'all have a G-spot back there. If you like it, you like it. Don't blink at me. You're like, I would never. No, but you get what I mean. What if a straight guy wants a little fun in the backyard?
Then maybe you're bisexual. The same thing, bisexual.
Bisexual?
But sexual. Bisexual? The same thing you said. They go to prison, they're straight, and they drop the soap on purpose, and, maybe there's something that they don't want to admit.
I mean, hey, maybe, but also maybe they're just fucking horny.
And like I said, I will stick to the 7 people I speak to because ain't shit makes sense to me anymore. I thought I knew it all, and I know nothing. I know nothing.
Well, you've always... Well, actually, no. You know a lot about what you know a lot about.
Yeah. And what I don't know a lot about, I choose to just not. Because it just...
See, this is why we shine in different ways. Because there's certain things it's like, oh, Des, take it away. This is your forte.
For sure. So you just educated. Wow.
Educate.
You just educated a lot of people, including me.
Speech lesson.
Oh, you cannot, because we can replay all the time that you...
I don't like that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like that you did that to me. I still think I speak better English than you.
Fair enough.
Overall, but you do speak pretty good English.
Pretty well.
Pretty good English.
You speak English pretty well.
Yes, that's better.
I know, because I said it.
But you corrected me also still.
I'm just telling you the word was pretty well. Not pretty good.
I didn't, but in the way I said it, I didn't use pretty well English.
I didn't use your whole sentence.
Right, so that's still wrong then.
I just used it pretty well.
You're trying to, I'm just saying we were both wrong.
No, you were wrong.
You were also wrong.
No, I corrected the part I needed to correct.
Okay, I dare you to mess up between now and the end of the episode.
I will not, because on that note.
You're like, right right now. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation. We talked about PTSD, generational pressure.
We talked about Cherry.
I mean, not really.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you didn't have an update for us.
Not a fucking thing.
It was like a month ago.
I'm so sorry. We talked about girlfriends and how to handle friends. Jacob.
Oh, yes. We talked about the correct terminology when identifying certain racial groups.
Yes.
And racial groupings in general.
And identifying people's sexuality different from their sexual preference.
Yes.
I'm so
proud of you.
I'm proud of me too. I felt good saying it.
I think that this episode was just a lot about like personal growth and like finding yourself and all that stuff. But my dog is not having it.
He's not finding himself.
He's like, I want to find myself out of this room. All right. Well, on that note, Des, let them know where they can find you.
You can. Oh, damn it. You can find me at Desi.
Sorry, your problem is you're trying to answer the question before I finish speaking.
In my brain, I'm like, oh, what are they? You can find me at DesiD18 on Instagram.
And the podcast is This Square Room on everything and thissquareroom.com. I'm not plugging myself because I don't know. I haven't been uploading. When I start being active on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff, like that's when I'll be like, okay, go follow me.
Fair enough, because I actually just posted for the first time in forever.
I saw.
Oh.
You posted it like a second before we started recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday.